Summer is coming in Saskatoon. We know that with the Prairieland exhibition coming up at the end of July. Peter Jelinski is a manager of Signature Events, joining us in the studio. Thanks for coming down.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting us.
I want to talk to you initially about your new role. You're new to Prairieland Park, but the organization's been around for a long time. Let's start there.
I've only been there for a little under 3 months.
Yeah.
But yes, the organization has been around for 140 years, and we're quite proud to be celebrating that anniversary with this year's fair.
And it sounds like it's deja vu all over again. We're expanding the number of days.
We're expanding, yes. For the last number of years, it's been 6, but because of some circumstances that worked in our favor, we're going to go for 8 days this year. We're quite excited about that.
And with the number of rides, and everyone always talks about the lineups and things like that, I think Saskatoon should be proud of the fact that the fair that we have coming this year, the rides in particular, is pretty impressive.
You're 100% right. So for the last number of years, because Saskatoon has been a very big community that supported the fair, they've always punched above their weight class in terms of attendance. Our organization has brought 2 ride providers together so that we have a significant number so that we can keep the lines short and stuff like that. But this year, we're going with 1 provider who's providing us with what we like to call their A show, and they're routing it through Saskatoon. This is the one that goes to the Calgary Stampede and the Toronto CNE Fair. So, for a city 1/6 the size of Calgary, we're getting the same fair that they are here in Saskatoon. So it's something to really be proud of.
I can't imagine, Calgary over 1 million people and ourselves sliding right in there with that.
We've got a CEO who's got some really great relationships, and he made some really good friends, and he really made something great happen for Saskatoon.
Proud to say that I've been a member of Prairieland myself, and as a volunteer-led organization with a membership base, it is really a gravitational pull, not only from industry, trade and commerce, but agriculture and everything like that. But entertainment has always been a mainstay and a backbone of the organization. You have some entertainment coming as well for the exhibition.
We do. We found, during research, it's rides, entertainment, and food. Those are the 3 biggies that people are coming for. And we know that Saskatoon, well, I know from being from outside the market and paying close attention over my years in the fair industry, Saskatoon has always done a fantastic job of bringing in great talent. And we're very excited to continue that tradition this year.
And is that going to be mainly at the grandstand, or are there kind of spread out?
Well, we've got 2 stages. Well, we've got 3 stages. We've got one called the Ruth Street stage, which has a lot of children's programming and that sort of thing on. But we've got the Kick and Horse Saloon, as you and I talked about earlier, and yes, we've got the grandstand. And between the 2 of them, we've got a lot of artists performing on all of them.
And when you look at, I guess, lining up your acts, you're not just from Saskatoon working for the Ex. You have a long history in this field.
Yes.
What is it that you look for in terms of the horizon, if you will, trying to bring in acts? Who's available?
For certain. It's a lot about that. It's, every year certain acts decide they want to go out on the road, and that's you get your list probably in September. You start thinking about that kind of thing. The fair's barely over, and we're already planning for next year. And you look at what's available, and you look at Prairieland has a very good mandate. We want our shows to be family friendly, so we always look at acts that fall into that genre that aren't going to be borderline or risque or anything like that. We look for stuff that's going to appeal to a broad mass of people. And if you want to bring your kids to it, feel comfortable that there's not going to be any profanities or anything like that on the stage. So we look for a wide variety. There's always, and taking it further, you look for country, you try to cover the classic rock. Everybody's got different tastes, and you can never appeal to everybody, but you try to appeal to as many people as possible.
Do they still have things like the Children's Day, or a little more focus on family versus?
It's a little bit more focused on family, and there's no such thing as a Children's Day, but there are different programs which we run during the course of the week to have different promotions for discounted tickets for the first couple of hours during the day, and that not to push it. We found that it just having a kids' day was hard.
Too much, yeah.
It was hard. We need to spread that love over the rest of the week, and so the focus is more on getting people there at other times than just 1 or 2 days.
I like the idea of 8 days. It gives you more opportunities for one thing, and even spreads that risk of weather, if you will.
And I'll even add that it's over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We start Thursday, we run Thursday to Thursday, so if you're on holiday 1 week, you might be back the next, whereas previous years it was the 1 week, and if you were away, you missed it. This year you got a good opportunity.
And something that's different and new is the exhibition parade. Not necessarily new, but I
New,
guess
but we
in
brought it
terms
back last year,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
And yes, we're very excited about that. On July 30th this year at 10 a.m., we're going to be running the parade on the original route down Spadina Avenue, or Crescent. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I'm new to Saskatoon, so I have to learn that.
Yeah.
Spadina Crescent, right in front of the Bez there, and running through downtown. We're very excited about this. And I was talking to one of the producers of it, and they were giving me hints that our numbers for floats and participants in it are already matching last year's, and we still got about 10 weeks to go. So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
And if we look at the contribution, what that means for the economy locally, and I guess people traveling here, it's not just for Saskatoon residents. Do you have a sense of what we would expect for people who would travel an hour or two outside the city?
I'm sorry, I don't, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. I'm
that's-
still too new to the
Yeah.
program. I don't have an answer
Good.
to that.
But your knowledge from the other cities that you worked in, you were in Regina and Edmonton. What has been your experience there?
There are, surrounding bedroom communities, of course. They look to the major hub, and we're the major hub in here. So, probably in about a 100-kilometer radius. Prince Albert has theirs, which is an incredibly popular fair. But we are the real central part of the province. And so yes, we do draw people from all over. Hell, I had friends from Regina that would come up here because they wanted to see entertainment and stuff like that. So, it does draw from all over. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they're coming to see one of our major acts from Edmonton. So,
Yeah.
the people do pay attention to what happens in other cities at these fairs, and if they want to go, they will come. We try to bring that entertainment that will appeal to those people, and, it's just not local all the time.
And is there any, I guess, ideas in terms of what you're looking for going forward? You're obviously new to the organization, but you mentioned planning into the future. Do we look to the CEO and your team that's still congealing and gelling on all of this?
Prairieland's a really interesting organization in that everybody is allowed to have input on almost everything we do. It's not a top-down organization. So, I have a lot of input into what I want to put on out for entertainment, but yet my department doors are always open so that any other group can come in and give us ideas. And so, this year we incorporated an agricultural component into the show, and it was the agriculture department that says, we need to do something at the fair. So we're going to have a pavilion where we're going to have sheep herders, and we're going to have trivia, and there's going to be a petting zoo, and there's going to be all sorts of other aspects of that. And that didn't come from, as I said, from my team as the entertainment portion. That came from another organization. So that kind of gives you an idea, like anything, everybody's got it. If everybody's got a good idea, everything's always on the table.
I think that's fair, given the breadth of the organization, what it represents, and where we are located in the province. In terms of bringing the rides and everything, because everyone's focused on that. Glad to see Pat Barber has moved into
Pat
his.
Barber is back helping us,
new-
making sure that everybody who comes to our fair is going to be safe. I've had many meetings with him, and I'm getting to learn him on a personal. He's a fantastic guy, and to have him be the spokesman of our safety and putting forth that message, we couldn't have gotten a better person.
I know we're in good hands with him.
Yes.
And in terms of what we're looking at with some of the, I guess, family-oriented types of days, parking is still available on the grounds.
Sure
is that right?
Sure is. And, we've got programs that are available that you can, as a family, get in cheaper, with different purchases and whatnot. There's packages that are available for families. There's packages that people just want to get into the fair. It's not you buy one ticket and it's all. We try to build it so that anybody who wants to do anything has an opportunity to get in at a fair price.
And what does that look like for, I recall buying ride coupons in advance.
Yes,
do we have anything that's...
So we do. We're very proud with our partner with Circle K. We're putting we call it our Super Pass, and that's you purchase that. That allows you to ride as many rides as you want in one day, as often as you want, and that's on sale right now for $53, or pardon me, it's not just yet. June 6th we put it on sale, so be careful there. June 6th we put it out to the public, and it's almost like a 40% discount on ride tickets. So like I said, we look for every way to offer savings, to the public if they shop and they pay attention. Those availability or those options are always available to them.
I can appreciate that. For children and grandchildren, we try and manage our budgets and everything like that. can't afford to go to Calgary, but maybe we can see what Calgary has.
And that's part of the mandate of what Prairieland does. Is you're right. Some people can't afford to go to Calgary. Some people can't afford to go to Disneyland every year. So we try to bring a world-class event to the city of Saskatoon and make it fun and entertaining and offer something for everybody. And you know, we were joking. Our job is to create memories, and I think we're going to do a great job of that this year.
I think I recall the 8-day escape and then the vacation at home, and I like to see that in terms of, you know, I guess the ease of access and everything. It's familiar, and I have heard from friends that have said, you know, same old, but the changes that are regularly and routinely made by Prairieland, I think, is admirable.
Well, thank you. And we do try, you know, every year we try to bring in different entertainers for children. We try to bring in different entertainers for, you know, young adults. And the acts, we try to bring in different ones every year so that it's something new. You know, there's only so many places where you can plug in opportunity. As I said, rides, music, and food, those are the three biggies. And guess what? It's the rides. There's new rides every year, but there's only so much you can do with it. So it's our responsibility as Prairieland to find those opportunities and change it up where we can and come up with something unique that people want to see.
Is there a discount on food coupons?
That I can't talk to. I'm not the concessionaire person.
Okay. Well, if you want to try it,
but I'll
let
tell
me
you
know.
this, though. I will share this with you, though.
Yeah.
In the past, Prairieland has not concentrated on the food and getting the information out there, but our marketing team has made it a priority this year that they want people to know what's new, what's exciting, you know, what's the weirdest food, all kinds of stuff like that. We're going to put an emphasis on getting that kind of information out to people so that before they get there, they just don't walk around and think everything's taco in a bag or a corn dog. Like, there's going to be some unique things. Let's tell people.
Well, I'll volunteer to be a test pilot.
You'll be a test pilot? Well, you know what? Funny you say that. We were looking for, we were discussing how we were going to do this. So yeah, we're going to need a guinea pig. That's awesome.
Okay.
Good. I will make sure to pass that along.
Awesome. Peter, is there any way that people could get in touch with Prairieland or find out more if they wanted to?
Of course. Prairielandpark.com is our website where you can find all our links to all of our events and everything that's going on with the fair, and not just the fair, but everything we do over there.
Perfect.
It's a great site. It's very easily navigatable, and it's easy to find tickets for all of our events.
Looking forward to it. We'll see you starting on July 30th with the parade.
Well, I appreciate that. Good luck with the parade, and thank you very much for having me.
Good. That's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guests, Casey and Michaela from Songs in the Garden and Art in the Garden near Langham, as well as Peter Jelinski with Prairieland Park. I'm your host, Randy Shavilo. We'll see you next time on Connect.